Hi, students. Usually we have a next steps meeting with students about two-thirds of the way through their class, but unfortunately that did not come together with all of the snow and ice and sickness and all kinds of things that were happening in January for me. So my apologies that I did not get an actual next steps meeting arranged to meet with you all, but I do have this short video to help guide you through so you don't feel like you're completely in the dark now that we are at the end of class because you've just started your final week. I've got the slide deck I'm going to go through to kind of help get you an idea of what's going to be happening, but definitely reach out to your cohort leaders or reach out to myself if you have questions about what happens now that you're wrapping up the pilot classes that you have so graciously tested out for us. Hopefully they were good experiences for you, but regardless, we'd like to hear your feedback. More on that in just a minute. Okay, so your requirements to graduate the pilot class that you're in right now is the same as if you had been in the primary 15-week course that was running concurrently with you all that will be wrapping up next month. So make sure that you don't have any missing assignments. If there was one that you missed, be sure that you take a look and get it in. And definitely turn in your completed final project by the end of the last day of class, which is going to be this coming Tuesday, February 10th. Here's a calendar view just so that way you have an idea. Today is Thursday, February 5th. So this coming Tuesday, February 10th is your last day of class. We do need to have your final project turned in by that date. All right, so your only week 11 to do is to turn in your final project. On the form, you should have a spot for you to be able to fill in a demo video and just a brief synopsis of what your project was. So that way we can create a gallery view. You'll be able to see what your classmates built. And in March, once the fall classes that were the standard 15-week courses wrap up, then we'll be having end of class celebrations for you all. So keep an eye out for when those will be happening. So your post-class week, which is going to be the 11th to the 17th of February, if you are in the Node pilot class only, you all will be moving on to a React Node practicum in the spring once you have graduated your Node pilot class. We are going to have a practicum information session at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific on Wednesday the 11th, the day after your last day of class. So Node students, pay attention to that date and time. Attend if you're able to. We will record and share the recording with you if you are not able to attend. For React and Python Essentials pilot students, you don't need to worry about this because in spring you'll either be taking Node if you're graduating React, or you'll be taking Python, AI, and Cloud Computing, which is the next step of the Python track if you graduated the Python pilot class. Moving right along, and just as a verbal reminder of what your post-class week to-dos are, you'll check your class Slack channels actually too. I did not notate this on the calendar, but Reed Rustam Jackson, who is in charge of our instruction, and myself will be leading individual one-on-one meetings. You can meet with him or with myself to be able to let us know what your feedback is about the pilot class. This is the first time we're trying 11-week classes, and we'd like your honest opinion about, was it manageable? Was it enjoyable? Did you get enough out of it? Are there areas we can improve before these go live in April? Because we are moving to that quarterly schedule, so all classes will be 11 weeks from here on out with our program. So we'd love your feedback, and it'll help us make sure that we properly support people in the coming year. And Node students only attend that practicum session to learn about what you'll be doing in spring in practicum. All right, your second post-class week, which is February 18th to the 24th, is when we'll have those times available for you to meet with Reed or myself to let us know what your feedback is. If you'd prefer to do it asynchronously, that's fine too. We can send you some questions we have for you and you can share your feedback that way. But we miss you and we'd like to see you all. So calls are great too if you're able to swing it. All right, so your second post-class week to do is just schedule a 15 or 30-minute appointment with Reed or myself to share your input on how the class went. Check your email on February 24th. I'll have known whether or not you've completed your pilot program successfully, and that is when I'll be emailing all of our new applicants that are joining our program for the first time. So I would also like to be able to email all of you your registration and orientation details for the next class that you're taking for spring. That's specific to your React and Python students that are watching this video. Node students, I will not be emailing you on the 24th. I will pass you off to Frank Stepanski, who is our practicum lead, and he will take care of all registration questions and getting you set up to be able to do practicum this spring for Node graduates. All right, That hits all of the highlights. It's going to be a busy couple of weeks, especially this week for you all. Good luck on your final projects. I know you'll do great. If you have any questions on final class technical work, be sure to reach out and make good use of your mentors and your cohort leaders. If you have any program questions about what happens next, definitely reach out to myself or your cohort leaders. We can help with all of those things. And good luck and great job. And we look forward to hearing your feedback about how the pilot class went. If there's anything that you need, just let us know. Thanks, everyone.